stepsister! You dare to show your face here after killing our foster father?
Yeah. Is that a trick question? You can see I'm here. Thanos deserved what he got. And I thought to myself, hey, like father, like son.
You will pay for your deeds, sister. The light will protect me. Sister, turn from evil and come back to the side of good. See the power of light.
With these words, Tristan was bathed in a golden light that seemed to protect him. As if that were not troublesome enough, a number of magical portals opened at the same time.
As if this wasn't dragging on way too long already. Can't we just jump straight to the point where I greedily take over the world? Forward, creatures! Smash the portals! Flatten that magic junk! Pull the plug!
My brothers! In your eyes, I see the same fear that would lead me to despair. The day may come when the courage of true heroes is extinguished, when we abandon our companions and all bonds of friendship are broken. But that day is still far off. Stand fast, heroes of the West!
Oh, didn't you spout that same bullshit earlier? In exactly the same words.
No, not at all. I am known for my brilliant speeches, wicked stepsister.
I seem to remember that whenever you were supposed to speak in front of the class, we had to get a mop.
You'll pay for that. Onward, faithful! Destroy the evil!
All the magical portals have been destroyed, and with them, Tristan's shield went up in smoke.
That's the way I like it. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. I was just about to kick my stepbrother's butt.
Save the world.
Oh, can't you just die and spare us all the embarrassing melodrama?
You have lost a creature forever.
Talia, this isn't the end. We'll meet again.
With these words, Tristan quickly created a portal and threw himself through it with the last of his strength. The portal closed again behind him.
Treachery! Fraud! Cheater! This was supposed to be my victory! And what the hell kind of glove is that anyway? Looks to me like game design forgot to balance the thing properly.
Maybe the people in charge were still too captivated by your great speech. It brought tears to my eyes too, however, not of emotion.
As if the bird brains these evil creatures have needed grand speeches. A few skulls to bash in, and the social calendar for the evening is filled.
Well, each to their own. But apparently, Tristan had suffered a mishap, as the aforementioned magic glove still lay in the place where it was last used. It would seem that he had accidentally lost it.
Wonderful. This thing is just what I need. Très chic. I'll, just grab that right away.
And so our story begins.
Punks! It's about time I personally introduced you to my fists! This one is lefty, and this one is righty, and they both smell like glue.
Whoa, that's for sure. They haven't seen a bathtub in a while, have they? Never mind the rest of what they're attached to.
I know you're sensitive to this last point here. I'll try to help you last. Die! Oi! This is all actually a bit inconvenient right now. We'll postpone our little brawl until later, you maggots!
Brin, full of the dwarves, had made her escape. Apparently the battle had not gone quite to her liking.
Coward! Come back here! Fuck away from a fair man-to-man fight. And by man-to-man, I mean dwarf against an army of vicious, murderous creatures. Treachery!
Thanos and Gorgu had recovered enough and once again joined in fervent battle. A duel worthy of mention in the history books was in the offing. Gorgu was just getting a feel for what it was like to actually be the Dungeon Lord. He had meanwhile discovered additional powers. Thus it was possible for him to heal himself on the one hand and to execute a powerful additional attack on the other. However, it took him a while to gather the strength for these skills.
The little rugman really does have a few tricks up his sleeve. Wonderful! Those are just the things needed to smack Thanos right in the kisser. Forward, Gorgu! Kick the old man's butt!
Faithful to me! Support me in my fight against evil!
Heroes set out to attack Gorgu. It was probably very sensible for the outwitted evil to take some countermeasures.
Ha! Like now, creatures to Gorgu! Support him in his fight against the good, evil, good? Ugh, I have no idea what Thanos is even supposed to represent anymore. Anyway, bash his head in, stick it in a blender and make yourself some cocktails.
The Dungeon Lord used a particularly powerful attack against Thanos. Gorgu's regenerative ability was breathtaking. Some of his wounds quickly closed back up. Gorgu and Thanos withdrew yet again to recuperate. Talia and the army training evil took advantage of this brief respite to regroup. Thanos and Gorgu faced each other again, ready for another epic duel. One of the Dungeon Lord's skills was once again available. Thanos' followers also planned to support their leader in battle. Gorgu's self-healing powers kicked in. Gorgu used his most powerful blow in the fight against Thanos. Again, Thanos and Gorgu retreated. Whether it was to catch their breath or whether they went out for a coffee together is unknown. A gold vein is almost exhausted. Thanos and Gorgu appeared once again, ready to face one another in a third battle. I hope this was the finale, as we're running out of battlefields. The Dungeon Lord's skills were ready to use again. Some of Thanos' fanatical followers set out to help their leader. Gorgu's regenerative ability was breathtaking. Some of his wounds quickly closed back up. The Dungeon Lord used a particularly powerful attack against Thanos.
can't be true. Good must triumph.
Ha! Take that, old man. At first, I thought it was stupid of Tristan to resurrect you, but I've reconsidered. You are such a crazy, frickin' scumbag that you really do deserve to die twice for this.
But with the last of his strength, Thanos managed to use the Gauntlet of Finitude. What happened next is so blatant that we have to show it in a cutscene. The battle between Thanos and Dungeon Lord Gorgu raged. Both opponents assumed their best anime fighting poses, sized up their opponent, and then exchanged blows, magic missiles, and/or telepathic insults. But even though the fight dragged on due to Gorgu's inexperience, the end was predestined. Thanos was forced further and further into the defensive. In his distress, Thanos saw himself with only one remaining option. He took the stones of finitude and stuffed them into his mouth. Thanos was bathed in an unnatural light, with flames rising from his eyes. He grew and grew as his muscles swelled and his body deformed. This discharge hurled the stones of finitude away yet again and scattered them in all directions. In his new form, Thanos was now significantly stronger than the inexperienced Gorgu, and with one mighty blow, the mutation hurled the Dungeon Lord in training to the side. Then the creature turned towards Talia. Its eyes began to flash. Destructive laser beams, yes, that's really what it says here, shot out of its eyes toward the Dark Elf to destroy her. But this was the moment for heroes, and so Tristan pushed his stepsister Talia aside, out of the line of fire. So now, instead of Talia, Tristan was scorched by Thanos' laser eyes. Talia had no time to check on her stepbrother, but fled as fast as she could. Queen Brynhild entered the dungeon. This might even actually prove to be a little exciting.
Oh, what's that stink down here? Time to clear this place out and take out the trash.
Oh, don't worry, I'll just cut off your nose so you don't have to smell anything. And of course, by that, I mean that my creatures will take care of it. Go ahead, grab her, slap her on the schnoz, and rub fiery chili powder on her mucous membranes.
Boy, you scratched me there. For that, I'm gonna chop off your hair and use it to floss my teeth. Boy, so much blood.
Talia, you vile creature, you dare attack Brynhild? Not today, not this time, not again!
A portal opened in front of Brynhild, the Dwarf Queen, and transported her to safety.
What? No way! Treachery! I was just getting ready to give that dwarf the nose job I promised her earlier. Oh, you'll pay for this, Thanos.
Not this time, Talia. Instead, a few of my faithful are going to visit your dungeon. Prepare yourself for the wrath of the light!
With an unpleasant plop, a couple of freshly rested heroes suddenly appeared in the dungeon.
I hate stupid game mechanics like this. That's cheating. But anyway, I'm gonna wipe the floor with them. Okay, creatures, finish them off. Flatten them. Cut off their support socks. Ha 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 ha!
Comrades, faithful, once again, I need your help. Stand with me to help the light attain victory. This cannot be. I cannot be defeated. Well, I mean, not again.
With these illustrious words, Thanos bid farewell once and for all. Unnatural forces, impossible to depict with our budget, wafted around. The air shimmered with energy and the smell of molten iron and burnt pizza. Wait! My pizza! I'll be right back! So sorry, I hope that didn't affect the finale in any way. Now, where were we? Wafting powers, shimmering air, disgusting taste. Oh, here. With their combined forces, Dungeon Lord Gorgon, Talia, and Tristan were able to push the mutated Thanos back. Onward, ever onward, in the direction of the rune sockets of finitude. The mutated Thanos fought for every inch of ground he lost. As he finally stood with his back to the rune sockets of finitude, he sputtered with the last of his strength.
Evil is going to triumph over gods again. This is madness.
This is...
John!
Talia shouted at him and sent him into the void with a spectacular kick. When the magic fog cleared, Thanos was no more. On the one hand, Talia was saddened, having grown accustomed to putting enemies' heads on spears. But still, Talia's joy was so great that she even danced with a nasty little snot and twirled it around. Was this the end? Well, hardly, as there were still some loose ends. What became of Tristan, who seemed to disappear after Thanos' defeat? Would he raise another eye of good? What was Brin, the dwarf queen, planning? Had she created a doomsday machine? Or even found some rare nithril in the underground, capable of curing the elves' strange disease? Maybe that was something she should discuss with her good friend, Hellburnt. And was the Council of Little Snots really just a cheap reference to a council of lightsaber wielders? Or was there more to those deceptive fellows? Had they helped the absolute evil out of loyalty or the goodness of their hearts? But all these questions were for another day or installment of the series. Now, it was time to celebrate.